And time to take a look at what's making headlines around the world. And for that, I'm joined in the studio by my fellow Australian Deputy Lahon. Hello,
Hi, Annette. Nice to see you.
Let's take a look at the reaction in Germany after that state election in Bavaria. What have you found?
Well, it's not really something that you would usually dominate headlines, a state election in Bavaria, but it's really the historic drubbing that's making news, the historic drubbing by Angela Merkel's coalition partner, the Christian Social Union Party. Well, they've received a historic drubbing, as you see on the front page of Rheinische Post. They're poised to lose their absolute majority for the first time in decades, and it's having sort of a ripple effect too at a federal level in Berlin. Crucially, it's confirming the growing unpopularity of Angela Merkel and her governance, with voters from that CSU party looking to the far right now, or the Greens, both of which have made significant gains in the state election on Sunday. It's a political earthquake, Der Tagesspiegel says, and from the same party we see this sarcastic cartoon of Horst Seehofer, the CSU party leader, and Markus Söder, the CSU leader in Bavaria, both enjoying a pint of beer. Well, it is Oktoberfest after all, rejoicing in the fact that at least they got the 5% needed to stay in parliament. So by that definition, it's a triumph, not a defeat.
So what have the opinion writers been saying?
Well, as we said, we're really looking at what this means for Angela Merkel. For Süddeutsche Zeitung, that's a German daily, they call it the, quote, disaster of the Bavarian elections, pointing to really what they say is an exhaustion of the ruling coalition, a miserable spectacle of federal politics. It also reveals that the once binding power of large parties like Merkel's CDU party and the Socialists, well, their influence is waning now, and they really don't know how to stay relevant among German electors anymore. Politico, meanwhile, is warning that there's growing doubt about whether the German government will even survive its full term until 2021, noting that there's another state election at the end of the month, and Merkel's party could face steep losses. This could actually force her to relinquish the chairmanship of her party at a congress in December.
Okay, moving on, and Stephen Hawking's final thoughts about humanity have been revealed this weekend in excerpts published by from his last ever paper.
Well, the legendary British theoretical physicist died earlier this year, and now his peers have been publishing the last paper that he was working on. We learn a lot about really how he saw the human race, warning that artificial intelligence, for instance, could develop a will of its own in the future, one that will be in conflict with our own ideas. He also warns that a nuclear war or environmental calamity will probably wipe out Earth in the next 1,000 years, but by then we would have found a way to survive, and those who do escape such calamity would essentially be creating a new species of superhuman who've used gene editing technology to outsmart others. Finally, the biggest threats to Earth, well, Hawking says, an asteroid collision and also climate change.
Okay, well, authorities, in the meantime, in the American city of Savannah have been mocked online for their reaction to a prank. What is the story?
Well, basically, I think authorities didn't really get the prank. Somebody has stuck googly eyes on a statue of Nathanael Greene. He's a Revolutionary War general in the southern city of Savannah. Now, furious government authorities then posted a message on Facebook saying, I quote, "It may look funny, but harming our historical monuments is no laughing matter. In fact, it's a crime." They then asked people to come forward with information about who could be behind this prank. Instead of getting any helpful information, they got a barrage of mockery online. One user sarcastically saying that she won't visit Savannah until the googly-eyed psychopath is caught. You've also got another person who posted this on Facebook, wondering if the social media can create a mark yourself safe function during what she calls is the googly-eyed bandit crime spree.
Oh dear, slight problem with lack of humour on the part of some people there, Deputy. Now, finally from you, we have a world champion in blind wine tasting, and it's neither France nor Australia.
Exactly. Well, it's a kind of talent you'd expect a winemaking country like France or Australia to win, but alas, no. The Belgians,
Wow.
Annette, the Belgians have been crowned world champions of blinded wine taste testing this weekend. That's what Le Parisien newspaper is reporting. It was a competition that took place nonetheless in France. Belgium crushed their 22 competitors by correctly guessing 7 out of 12 wine varieties. Interestingly, Finland came second.
Finland.
That's right, Finland, another non-winemaking country. France came, I must say, a commiserating third place. Two winemaking giants, Italy and Spain. Well, Italy came in third last. Spain came in last. As proof that you don't need to be a sommelier to be a world champion, the Belgian team's coach works in the wine aisle of a supermarket. And they say their key to success, drinking as much wine as possible from all around the world. Sounds good to me.
Certainly an enjoyable pastime. Thanks for that, Dipti. And if you want to take a look at the stories that Dipti has been talking about, you can, of course, head to our website, that being france24.com.